This movie that we're about to do has a what I like to call I can relate to this movie because it's from my hometown. Oh, not my hometown, but my own country. What movie is that? 13 Lives. Come. Welcome back, movie nerds. We are back again with another review. This time we are reviewing Ron Howard directed this movie, by the way. I didn't know that until later on, but he directed this movie. It's called 13 Lives. It's starring, I don't even know. See,
Viggo Mortensen,
keep going.
Colin Farrell,
Okay,
Joel Egerton,
there you go.
and then a few people that I didn't really recognize.
The funny thing
There's
is,
a lot of tie casts, right?
there is a lot of tie cast, which I'm very appreciative of Ron Howard and this production to do so, because it'd be weird if you hire if you hired a white guy to speak Thai. That'd be awesome. But anyways, 13 Lives. Now let's give a little bit background. 13 Lives is a documentary. There's a documentary out right now on Netflix.
Is it Netflix or is it on Disney Plus?
Disney Plus. I'm so sorry, Disney Plus. Folks, I love the documentary. I thought it was really intriguing and very, kept me captivated. What they have to say, what they have to do, and all the little stuff that they have to, they have to go through to save these kids. And so 13 Lives is the recreate of that event. And so these 13 kids and a coach who decided to go cave diving and somehow they got stuck in the rain. Heavy rain came in and they got stuck. And it's not only they get stuck, they got stuck like almost 6 hours away from the entrance. If you dive, I don't know how long it takes from walking.
For walking, probably didn't take them that long to walk.
Yeah, it probably didn't. But so they got stuck and the parents couldn't find. So then you get this event. Right off the bat, I love this movie. For many reasons. It's a very feel-good movie, but it's hard for me. I'm one of those people, like, if I already know the ending, how are you going to keep me intrigued? This is why I love Cinderella Man, who is actually also directed by Ron Howard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with Russell Crowe. One of my favorite boxing movie. I already know the ending. I already know who Jim Braddock is and what happened. But because of the story and the detail that goes in his life that was told on big screen, kept me interested. And I thought Ron Howard did exactly the same thing with 13 Lives. I'm gonna get my gripe out of the way. I believe there could have been a couple scene that should have been added on to introduce the two divers, the main divers, who is played by Colin Farrell and Morgan. I can't say that.
Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen. In the documentary, there's a whole. Have you seen the documentary, by the way?
No, I haven't.
Okay. There's a chunk, like almost 30 to 20 minutes to 30 minutes of explaining who they are and why they do this and how good these guys are. Well, I feel like Ron Howard,
because they're one was Rick. Mm-hmm. Rick was a retired firefighter, and then John was an IT consultant.
But they do these cave diving all the time.
They're rescue divers.
Yeah, they're really good. They're the best of the best. And the movie kind of like cuts that out.
It almost downplayed it.
They did, and that's the issue I had is. It's almost like you have to watch a documentary to know why these guys were called in, because all of a sudden you go to them and they're like, hey, did you hear about this flood? Okay, let's go. And they just go. I wish Ron Howard would take a little bit more time. I know the movies are like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes. Something like that.
I get that. But there's certain scenes in there that didn't need to do, like praying to the princess of that. I mean, those are the cultural thing, and I understand why Ron Howard did it, trying to pay respect to the culture of Thai. But at the same time, I'd rather have the story of those two guys, because they are great. They are the best of the best. And so I think that's one thing that I thought the movie was missing, was some type of introduction to these guys, how good they were. Because you jump right in and you expect to go, oh, I guess these guys are good. Like, like you just got to
you just kind of assume that
yeah,
what they're saying is what is. Yeah. Anyway,
so the acting is great. I mean, I always cringe when I see my own countrymen uh, try to hack on TV or on a movie screen
Yeah, so
because
I was going to ask you that.
it's
I don't understand the language. So I don't know the inflection when they're speaking Thai, if it's
it's
believable or not, or if,
well,
yeah.
the main girl. Remember the main girl, the little
Yeah.
boy.
Cause
Yeah, she's
so
believable.
she's not a Thai citizen. She's not a citizen of Thailand, right?
Yeah,
She was
in
like
that
a,
movie, yeah, in the
right.
real
Okay.
life, but she is now. But she's believable. I believe her heartache. I believe her frustration, her
Right.
anger,
Yeah.
everything that came in. The side story, which I thought they downplayed, is okay. Maybe this is the other one. Really quick, and I'll have you jump in. It's the part when that water guy that's from Gungtep. I say Gungtep is Bangkok. Gungtep is Bangkok,
Okay.
and he's the water guy, and he
Yeah.
went up to the, and he's like, the water isn't coming from the bottom, it's coming from the top. That's huge. That's huge in the documentary. How that, if it wasn't for those people who sacrificed their rice crop, the kids would have been dead because they would have
Yeah.
been flooded
Yeah.
from the top up. And so I kind of wish they would have. I mean, Ron Howard, I understand the focus is on the divers, the story of rescuing the kids,
Yeah.
but there's that backstory, I believe, that was as much as important as the story with the kids and stuff. Man, I'm this movie is incredible, believable, because I believe I was stuck going through it. Just it was just
It was
really
tense.
it's tense,
It
and
was
for them
tense.
to like to film it exactly like how it would be, I appreciate that the extra mile that they go into to do that. And the two stars, um the name Colin Farrell and the other guy,
Vigo.
they actually did their own diving. They
Oh,
didn't train
really?
for it. Yeah,
Oh,
according to my
okay.
wife,
Good.
she looked it up and read it and told me this fun
Thanks,
fact.
Whitney.
Anyways, yeah, I love this movie. What's your thought? I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I didn't know a lot of what was introduced in the movie. So I was familiar with the story from the news, and so the news spun it like they were guiding these kids through this dive. There was no explanation of how technical the dive was, the strong currents. Um, the news cycle just didn't, and I don't know that they knew, probably for good reason, all
Probably
those
not.
details. And they didn't know about the anesthesiologist. Um,
Yeah,
that that revelation, I was like, they had to sedate these kids to get them out. It makes complete sense, right? These are
very.
kids that don't know how they're not going to know how to get through these tight
Well,
places
the crazy
swimming.
thing is, Dave, the movie that you watch
Yeah.
is paint by exactly what the documentary would it is.
Oh,
Like
really?
like Ron Howard focused on the event, how he wanted to be true to the event, and
Yeah.
99% it was true. The
Okay.
only one that wasn't is the meeting they had in that in the
Oh,
when they
that
tried
the
when they tried to,
secret meeting.
yeah, the secret meeting, because in the documentary it doesn't show what's in there, that they had to make that up because
Oh,
they
okay.
used, they had to use the description because the camera wasn't allowed to be in there
Yeah.
in the documentary, so you don't know what they said. And but they got the two guys, so they kind of had the dialogue pretty accurate, I'm pretty sure. But
Okay.
I appreciated that, like it was paint by like just like the documentary. Every event, whatever happened, they threw it in there. When you go watch the documentary, you're like, oh, it's
Okay.
in the movie. And
Yeah,
so,
I'll check that out for sure. But yeah, and like I said, I don't speak Thai, so I didn't. But it's and that's just the language part, right? So I
yeah,
just didn't, as far as hearing the language and the inflection in their voice and the emotion in their voice, but you can see it in the actress's face, like you said, like it was believable.
yeah,
You don't need to speak the language to read someone's body language.
no.
So I thought she did a really good job, like the concern on the parents' faces, like so the entire cast is just phenomenal. So yeah.
Any gripe?
Um no.
No.
No, because
I
I didn't watch the documentary. So watching this movie, it was just like watching the events unfold.
Yeah, actually, you don't even have to watch the documentary. You just know what it's at. Now, the really interesting fact. I know we're gonna end this review soon, but it took them forever for them to get the footage in the documentary from the
I
Thai
bet.
government, because this is kind of like an embarrassment to them, like having British or a foreign to come in here and do their job type of thing. But
Yeah.
at a certain point, they had to swallow their pride and be like, "Hey, these guys are the best, and they know exactly what they're doing." And so, um, it's funny is I was talking to Whitney and my wife, and I asked, "Do you think this documentary or this movie would have been made if one of the boys or two or three boys didn't make it?
Nope.
The Thai would
No,
not release
it
the
would
footage.
not. It would
They
not have
would not.
happened.
Yeah. So, luckily, I'm I'm glad that there is a happy ending to this. There's like it's a good feel story, and the tension that comes with it is there, and you feel it. And I appreciate this film for what Ron Howard did. And so,
Yeah.
anyways, folks, anything else?
No, no.
Let's give this a rating. What would you give this movie?
I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Well, I have no gripes, so let's go 9. I'm going 9 out of 10.
I'm with you in this one. I gotta give it 9 out of 10. I
Yeah.
just wish they would have introduced the guys, even one scene of their like accomplishment of the diving. At least you get to know, oh, these guys are expert, they're the best. Even then, it would have been okay, but they didn't do that. And so for that, 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Anyway, folks, thanks, Dave, for coming on. Thank you for listening. Let us know what you think of 13 Lives is streaming right now on Prime.
Yeah, Prime
Prime
Video. I almost
Video.
said Julio. That was the
I know.
last time I did.
So go check it out. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you guys saw the documentary. If you haven't, I would recommend checking it out. There is a lot more details that goes into that. It goes into the lives of those divers who went and saved the kids. It tells them who they are, and they're actually a bunch of nerds. They grew up being bullied. They all that stuff. And look at them. They're like the best divers. So I